Hey, everybody, I am Michael Leline. I am a lawyer licensed in California and Texas. And as you know, I've been covering the whole case here with BZ Watchdog with Carolina Fort Worth. And I just wanted to share with you today. Well, first of all, I've had a very, very rough day at work. So it's really great to see all you guys. It's like a breath of fresh air to be amongst all my friends in the sidebar and to see BZ after a very, very hard day. And really quick, I just want to kick it off and we're going to get into some footage from the storefront and body cam so you can see what happened to Carolina and why and we're going to talk a little bit about her choice as far as, hiring different attorneys to handle different aspects of the case and why that's totally normal and not unexpected. And we're just going to kick it off right now because we are to another edition of Ask Michael Leline. This is where I teach people the law in an unorthodox manner by using examples that we see in the news, case law briefs, but it's all about exposing the Leviathan and its instrumentalities and taking back your rights. Know the law and mean to keep it well. Come here to learn from an expert to know your right. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. All right, so BZ Watchdog is here with me today, guys, and we know that BZ was out there on scene, making it happen, getting us live updates right after the incident. We know that BZ is friends with Carolina. I've interviewed her, I think, at least once on my show. And when I saw what happened to her, after BZ sort of reprimanded me for not paying closer attention, I immediately dropped everything and started rolling out video trying to cover this issue. But now BZ has informed me that he has additional footage that he sent me earlier today. And then, of course, I want to expose the craziness with this like bootlicker press coverage. It's just ridiculous. I mean, if you watch the video, it's almost like looking at a fact checker, right? Like, because wait a minute, this fact check doesn't even discuss anything about what I just read. It's like almost like they said it's fake and they didn't even read it. And that's kind of like what the press is doing with the police narrative. They're not even paying attention. So BZ, I wanted you to sort of talk about what's going on right now and give us an update about what's going on out in the street.
Well, all I know is I've been getting a lot of subscribers and a lot of viewers. I've been out there very aggressive since this has happened. As you can see, it doesn't say underneath my name right here anymore. The dog is watching. It says I have literally declared war on the Fort Worth Police Department. I have been out there in force, filming them, screaming at them, and getting a little aggressive. Not aggressive to where it may get me arrested, but aggressive to where if I get arrested, it's going to be for free speech. So, because they love to arrest people here for free speech and filming. In fact, I had another incident happen today. If you didn't catch it on the live chat, and I will get into that in a little bit, but let's talk about Carolina first. She did speak at City Council yesterday, which caused one of the City Council members to literally scream for this body cam footage that we've obtained. We've also got the street view of the camera footage showing the brutal attack on Miss Carolina. The only problem that I see with this is they've cut the video, and I have a few questions that Mike and I were talking right before the live stream about, that they're still covering this up. They only gave us like a breadcrumb of the body cam footage, stuff you didn't see that you could obviously hear on the live stream, and stuff that I visibly went and took pictures of at the scene. We are going to cover a few things on the video. I have a few things to kind of go over. I don't want to say tease you on, but a couple of things that I've kind of gone over, done between today and some records I got back earlier today that I was just going over with Mike concerning excessive force and bad cops. So I'm going to give a little bit of tidbit about that. I can't go into it because I haven't fully edited the video, which will be released 2 weeks from tomorrow. And with that being said, I know I'm sucking all the air out of the room, waiting for everybody to come in here. Yeah, forget you, Ralph, and your vertical. That's how we get more people to see it. So, Ralph, that's for you, baby. You're number 2 because Carolina's number 1.
Hey, Ralph, I want you to watch this footage, guys. BZ, let's let them watch the bean footage.
Well, that's what I was waiting. I was waiting for the room to fill up, but I think we've got 51 people watching. I think we are ready for you to roll that horrible bean footage.
Okay, so you see, where is she? You see her right there?
She's right there by the police car. Yeah, it's circled in red.
This is her. This is her right here.
Yep, that little thing.
Little thing, little tiny thing. Here's 2 female cops. She's clearly not posing a threat to them. They know that she's not a threat.
Yeah,
they all know
she's
who
talking
she is.
out loud to them.
Here's Kruger in his cruiser. He's
got the door open.
Cruiser. Yep. There's Kruger. Here she is. 2 female cops, no big deal.
And this is where he pops out.
They're like, oh, that's Carolina. He's like, no, I need you to go across the street. She's like, why? There's no police lights on. There's no investigation. I'm just asking questions. Nope, you're under arrest. She turns around to let herself be apprehended. And then he immediately does a judo throw on her.
Yep, he goes for her right arm, which is where it's holding the camera. She plants her feet.
She's unconscious.
Like a rag doll.
She's unconscious, and he's telling her stop resisting. Right. That's why this case is so horrible. Because
we're going to show the body cam footage right after this. This is where. No. Go back to it.
I just want to see if there's sound.
I know, but go through all the way first, and then you can always go back.
No, there's no sound. I just wanted to check.
No, not on this. This is a security camera outside.
So hopefully this was a result of CJ's fast thinking, that because I know he said he was going out to do evidence collection and preservation of evidence and whatnot. Oh, look, here comes the tow truck. Got to keep generating that revenue, guys.
Caroline, we're busy. Go to the other side of the street. You can go.
There's no investigation. There's no nothing.
You can go to the other side of the street. You're going to get arrested. I'm not warning you again.
What are you talking about?
Go to the other side of the street right now.
Wait, tell me why first. We're doing it.
You're under arrest. Turn around. Stop.
He's saying okay.
Bam,
planted compliance, right?
Stop resisting.
Now look at next to her head, bottom left-hand side. You'll see the blood. After he puts the cuffs on.
She's bleeding.
Right here. Blood right there on the left-hand side. Nope, you missed it.
Okay, so BZ, we had this conversation. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
So what are you and I, what is the big issue here? So let me share something with you guys. So as you guys know, my base is appellate law and crim, but now I do personal injury. And so I'm always looking at things from an evidentiary point of view. And sometimes we look for things like guilty state of mind. So what do you notice about how the footage gets cut off? What are people complaining about the last couple of days about her camera footage, about all of a sudden it mysteriously got shut off?
Well, here's the thing. I know for a fact with talking to Carolina that her phone, because she has, I believe it's a Samsung, it's a Google phone.
Yeah.
And it pings her location. It didn't ping away from that site. So she said it was either turned off or they took like the battery out of it or they broke her phone or something, took the SIM card out. Something happened to where that went off and they took the signal out of it to where it wouldn't ping at the jail.
I got you.
So not only are we having a problem with that, but now Fort Worth has obviously cut the footage off.
Well, let's look at that again. Let's look at that beautiful bean footage, because remember, everybody's saying, why is it that her camera all of a sudden turned off? Like
if you notice in this video footage, you don't see them turn it off because they cut the body cam and the surveillance feed before it happens.
Right. So what authority legally would they have to turn it off is what I would be thinking as an attorney. But let's go ahead and just watch it really quick, guys, because this is a piece of the puzzle.
Under arrest. Turn around. Stop. Stop resisting.
You mean stop dying?
She's bleeding.
Okay, watch her camera. Still recording right now. Her camera is recording. Okay. And all of a sudden, at the same time their camera turned off, right? At the same time, the police, at the same time the police cut the footage. That's a couple seconds later. That's when her camera turned off. That's when the audio went dead. So BZ, we were talking about this. A lot of people in the sidebar the other day.
Do me a favor, Mike. I just got a text message hot off the press. I would need you to go back to that video and pause it at the 1 minute and 57 second mark.
The one that we were just showing?
Yep. The 1 minute and 57 second mark.
Oh, I'm loving this. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna put BZ up on the screen until I can get this done, because otherwise it's gonna look dumb.
See, Brick Jones, he's in the chat. He's actually the one who texted me. He's actually the one that caught this. I was trying to bring it to the attention, but it goes
1
so
minute,
quick, and then it
1
goes
minute
to the,
57. 1 minute 57.
Yeah, 1 minute and 57 second mark, and pause
Copy
it.
that. Copy that. All right, hold on. Stand by. Stand by, Brick Jones.
You stand by. I don't stop.
Oh, okay, Chili.
Because we don't stop.
Yeah, you're the only one who doesn't stop, right?
I don't stop talking. I don't stop chasing the cops down.
You're killing me, brother. All right, give me 1 second.
I know what my flaws are, but my flaws are also my strength.
What are you talking about? Somebody told you had flaws once and you found out that you didn't later.
No, man. Even Chuck Norris has flaws. I don't. Chuck Norris met me.
There
Chuck
it is.
Norris
1 minute,
stopped by
57
me.
seconds. That was it right there. 1 minute.
No, go back. 1 minute, 57 seconds, because that's 2 minutes and 3 seconds. You need to pause it at the 1 minute and 57 second mark.
Okay, you watch me. 157 right there. See it?
And stop right there. Right there. 156, 157.
Okay.
And just pause it. Hit the pause button. You're not hitting the pause button. Blow that up. Blow that screen up.
Hold on, let me get it right at 157.
Right? Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's the foot right there. That's what I want you to look at. Now blow it up.
That's pretty much as big as it's going to get, brother.
Okay. Now what I want you to do is look at the book by left of her face.
Oh yeah, I see it.
That's the blood.
Yeah, we don't need to look at that anymore. I got you. Makes me sick to my stomach. Freaking animal. Okay,
Now,
let's check this out.
Can I go into a little bit of Kruger
Yeah.
real quick?
Of course, brother. Go for it.
Okay, so let me put out the facts on Kruger, and then I'm going to formulate my opinion based on what I do know. Okay. First off, this cop was already, I'm sorry, I don't want to say fired. He was indefinitely suspended back in 2014 from the Irving Police Department. He sued the Irving Police Department trying to get his job back. Problem is, it wasn't happening. So he came to Fort Worth in 2016. Okay? Came to Fort Worth PD. Where obviously he either didn't disclose what happened or they wouldn't tell him what happened. I'm trying to get the records on him, but right now, with it being an open investigation right now, because Fort Worth PD is investigating the officer and the excessive force, and I'm just going to speculate. We all know he's probably on paid leave because they're not going to put him in the streets right now with everything going on. But I could be wrong. But about 4 months ago, Carolina and Mata were down in that same area when Matthew Kruger, basically targeted Mata out of a group of people jaywalking supposedly across the street. It's not really jaywalking with that one-way 2 lanes with all that heavy foot traffic down there, but had a problem with Mata because he was filming and tried to say that he was evading arrest and pulled a gun on him. Arrested him, charged him with evading arrest and jaywalking. Okay, that's what the charges were. Now, just keep in mind, Carolina has had some good conversations with Kruger on camera, on the record. So she didn't think she had an issue with him that night. However, a week prior to that incident, Manuel Mata got all his charges against Kruger dismissed. So this is my opinion at this point now, based on those facts. I feel that since those charges got dismissed, he used force on jaywalking and claiming evading arrest, that there was some sort of reprimand after those charges were dismissed. And he was a little upset at Mata because after the arrest, Mata had gotten in his face. We saw that footage where he was calling him F and P and this and that. He was a piece of crap and he lied and all that other stuff. So I think
Mata hates her. She's guilty by association. Or not Mata.
That's where I'm going.
Kruger hates her because of what happened to Mata. Guilty by association.
I think the charges got dropped. he got reprimanded for using his gun on a trespass / evading that he made up, because he seems to put that on all the police reports, evading arrest.
For sure.
And then here comes little Carolina by herself, bebopping over here with her little camera, a little spit monkey that she is, like woo-wee. And then decides he's going to take her out. Now, do I think he really?
Well, hold up. Brick thinks the same. Hold up. Brick says the same thing. He says there's an obvious association. I see it too, dude. It's obvious, bro. I mean,
now, do I think he meant to do the damage that he did? I don't think he meant to do the damage. I think he meant to hurt her.
Yeah.
But the fact that she's smaller, she's more fragile.
Yeah.
When he jerked her like that, and she just like went limp like a rag doll. Not like somebody that actually would be a little bit more rigid, putting up a little bit of a tussle.
Right. So just before I get into this footage, guys, because we have a long time we can cover this, I just want to show you how biased and ridiculous the for-profit media is. So this is Channel 5. So just bear with me as we look at how absurd this is. Fort Worth police released two videos Wednesday showing the arrest of a woman who says she was knocked unconscious while recording police. I mean, I couldn't do a better job as a defense attorney than this journalist just did. Because basically, if you think like a lawyer, what they're really saying is, well, she's saying she was knocked unconscious, but there's no evidence. Anybody in their right mind, including a court, could easily take judicial notice of the footage that clearly showed and shows now, buttressed by the webcams and the body cams and the footage from the building, that she was knocked unconscious. There is no question. It's a matter for judicial notice.
Well, Mike, if you go to that 1 minute and 57 mark,
right,
with that blood on the ground just in their body cam footage, which I don't think they meant to show, but obviously didn't think that anyone would catch it. You could obviously tell with the amount of blood that quick and the fact that she went limp, she's actually unconscious, if not even worse.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt, brother. What I'm getting at is I just want everybody to see how biased the for-profit news media is.
Yes.
And remember, they get an enormous amount of advertising money from municipal corporations, and they're profit driven. Whereas a true journalist, like in the old days, remember we had like real journalists back in the 80s and they held people accountable. That doesn't happen anymore. It's people like you guys that are doing that now. And the government agencies, the administrative state is trying to classify you as crazies. And if you look at this report, you can see how biased the press is. Arrest of a woman who says she was knocked unconscious while recording police. Carolina didn't say that. The actual footage showed that. Okay, that's the first thing I want to go over with you, how biased.
Actually, can I stop for a second? I talked to Carolina. Do you know that she doesn't recall anything after Kruger grabbed her right hand? She says she don't recall even being flung to the ground. She doesn't remember being transported to the hospital. She doesn't remember anything. All she remembers is waking up at the hospital. So that's how long she was out.
So like I was telling you in my very first video on this, that she clearly has probably a mild traumatic brain injury and maybe even a TBI. She was clearly knocked out. She already said that she had a concussion. I'm actually really worried about her because that is my practice is traumatic brain injuries. That's how I made my name, is people with head injuries.
Well,
and I know,
Mike, do you remember that video?
Never going to be the same again. What?
Remember the video that Chili covered? I don't remember if you covered it or not. It was that officer that flung that old man with a bicycle into the side of the patrol car.
Oh my gosh, that was terrible.
And then he died a year later from a brain bleed.
I thought it was faster than that, but yeah.
No, it was about a year. Okay. It was about a year.
So here they go. So they're admitting that they had already obtained from a business the footage, but you see the press saying, oh, she says she was knocked unconscious, because you hear the cop saying, Kruger saying, oh, stop resisting. Of course, we know they're trained to say that in the
April
academy.
Rain with the $9.99 super chat.
So here's how this goes. Here's what the press is saying. Okay, just look at the bias and the way they write. Where a woman approached officers at about 3:30 a.m. Sunday as they investigated a hit and run crash.
Oh, super
involving a
sticker.
suspected drunk driver. Police said an officer told Rodriguez to move across the street multiple times. And when she didn't do so, an officer used force to arrest her. Rodriguez told NBC that moments before her arrest, she was recording a video for her YouTube page where she posts her self-described cop watch videos. And of course, they quote her, "What we do is try to hold government accountable," basically. She said, "We want to make sure they don't."
Sticker.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks, April. That was awesome. Thank you, April. My daughter will love that. My family's not too thrilled that I'm spending so much time on YouTube, guys.
Got a membership.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. That really helps. So in the surveillance video, which does not include audio, 2 officers appear to be walking through the parking lot when they are approached by a woman recording on her phone. Another officer, Kruger, steps between them and after a short time appears to attempt to arrest the woman before she hits the ground. Okay.
Short time? It was like
seconds. It was seconds, yeah. And he that was just the guy's doing like, grappling technique.
Freaking unhinged, man. That was like a Marine Corps takedown.
I know. It's something you would do in like your first couple of years of judo, you would perfect movement like that.
Some Israeli grappling right there. All he was missing was the boot heel to the head, man.
Right. Well, it looked like he put his foot on her back, but he wanted to, but then he pulled back. The officer told the woman she was under arrest and told her to put her arm behind her back and turn around.
Which
the woman can be. So here's how they do it. The woman can be heard saying, "No, no, no. Okay. Okay." As the officer puts her arm behind her back and she falls to the ground. Okay. That's the bias. All right.
Yeah.
So she clearly was thrown. Okay. I've been in judo since I was 6. I know what a throw is. This woman is a senior citizen. She was turning around and she said, "Okay." In other words, she was submitting at the end. That is what a reasonably trained officer and those 2 female officers clearly saw. Both those 2 female officers know that Carolina was in compliance. She was trying to comply and she even said, "Okay." What she was really saying in her own way by her furtive actions and her nonverbal communications is that she realized that this guy was not taking no for an answer and she was saying, "Okay." It'd be no different than having an abusive husband at home and being a housewife and saying, "Okay, okay, I submit." And that is what I saw. And I believe as a juror, I believe as a trial attorney, I would be able to convince a juror of that easily. And I think that everybody on this channel, even if they've never been to law school or even done a trial, I think that you could, with the basic evidence that we just saw, the first 2 videos, that you could convince a jury of that. Give me a bunch of amens or give me a bunch of ones if you agree.
Well, hey, Mike, what if we did this? What if we were able to do a records request or a subpoena for all the calls, although the police reports that happened between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. on that street?
Well, I think that, hold on, I had to do a little bit of
then we can see if there was really a hit and run or if they were just towing vehicles, because even after she's on the ground cuffed, a flatbed pulls up and backs up to that truck after she's on the ground already.
I'm with you. Well, I think that the more public records requests you do, the better. And not just because of Carolina, but because of everybody, because we see that they have this tradition of recycling bad cops from department to department. And me being a dad and having kids, I don't want my kids to grow up in a world where you have mediocrity. I believe that we need to live in a merit-based society where the only way you can achieve advancement in society is by doing good work, hard work, and proving your value. I think that's the only way to do it. There might be exceptions for other people who aren't very, have problems, but the exception should not be the rule. And right now, what I'd like to do is very quickly show you some additional video about this, guys.
There's been all kinds of stuff this week.
Yeah, and I wanted to share with you what we've learned.
Heads are rolling, man. Heads are rolling.
Police set to hand over a $100,000 settlement after a man was arrested for flipping off a state trooper. We have video from that arrest, which happened back in 2018. According to the ACLU, Trooper Jay Riggins stopped and detained Gregory Bombard for allegedly giving him the middle finger. Bombard denies doing that, but did swear and showed his middle finger after. That's when Trooper Riggin arrested him, alleging disorderly conduct.
The point I'm trying to make really quickly is this isn't an isolated incident. I mean, we have
speech right there. Color
right
versus California, man.
That's right. Okay, so just trying to move along, and then we just saw this amazing.
Oh God! The sound I heard was his cranium, his skull hitting the sidewalk.
Paramedics transported the 49-year-old to the hospital.
I don't care who it is. Nobody gets hurt at the hand of an officer when it's not warranted.
Wow, common practice. Face plant.
He's not responsive right now, bro. No, bro, look at him.
Hey, turn that off before you get copyrighted.
All right. Anyways, I just wanted to share with you guys, like, this isn't like an isolated thing. It's all over the country. You know,
Back to blue till they face plant you.
yeah, and face planting seems to be fairly common. So I haven't had a whole lot of time because I've been getting up at 5 working on cases and stuff, and I'm just doing the minimal research right now. But we can see that based on these news reports that have come out about Carolina, that it's happening all across the country, and you're seeing more and more the same officers that were pushed around from department to department. They're repeat offenders, and I guess that's. Yeah,
Jeff
go ahead.
says, "Where are your papers?" That is the perfect time to play that clip.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Well, there's always someone who's asking for my papers.
Jeff's asking again. They want to see it.
Oh, you don't have any papers? Do the consequence come with you.
So what do you guys think? Where are your papers? Where are your papers? Give me your papers, please. Yeah. 999. So what do you guys think? Welcome to Nazi Germany of America, Lenny Malley says. And a lot of people are telling me that. And it's happening more and more, where you just have a lot of people who are really upset about public servants gone wild, cops gone wild. And I just want to know what you guys in the sidebar have to think about what's going on. Do you think that the filing deputy is going to be brave enough to pursue these charges? Are you concerned that the body cam footage is cut off before someone turned off her phone? Remember, her phone was running.
Can I give my honest opinion here, Mike?
Yeah, of course.
I think they're going to try to bring out these charges as far as they can, while they keep Matthew Kruger in hiding. Because I'll tell you right now, if you guys seen my live streams, it's been hard to find a damn cop out there. And when they see me roll up in a red Tesla with the damn BZ watchdog with Brownie hanging out the window and that camera doing this, they've been scattering like cockroaches like that.
All right. Well, I think that's fair.
But I will tell you this. With all that aside, they are going to hide Kruger, and they're going to drag this out. When they finally drop the charges, they're going to end up probably suspending him indefinitely, like they did over in Irving, allow him to go
to the concrete face plant with you.
And then when he finds another department, that's when they'll say, oh, well, he's no longer with us. Here's your check. Have a nice life. And that's it. Done. So she won't see a check for probably 2 years. That seems to be about the normal time frame that they take to allow a cop to find another job and to stroke a check.
All right. So, and with that being said, let me just kind of segue into the next part of what I wanted to talk about. So a lot of, I'm seeing a lot of, the fraud, what do they call it? The trolls, just trying to trash talk her lawyer. He's a combat vet, and he's got a V device, Bronze Star with a V. I mean, the guy's legit, and maybe he's not a personal injury lawyer. Maybe he does criminal defense and civil rights more. So if that's the case, it would make sense that as part of the overall legal strategy that maybe they decided it might be better for her to bring in a personal injury lawyer. I mean, as a lawyer, I just want you to know it. If he was the initial lawyer on the case, he would still have lien rights and all those other things. And he could also enter into an agreement to bring someone in, and you don't know what their legal strategy is or what their tactics are. You can't second guess somebody like that. He's got years and years of experience. he has also a record of successes. And, we don't all have 100% wins. And when you're working with rough areas of law that are unexplored, you're going to have sometimes not as many victories as you'd hope. And I don't know what his record is, but I know that he's in a tough field. And I know that a lot of the things that we're exploring right now were previously unexplored. Holding public servants accountable is a relatively new phenomenon that's been occurring when it comes to the citizenry. And of course, when we look at the news reports like we just saw earlier, you can see how biased that was. I mean, clearly she was thrown to the ground, right, BZ? I mean, there's no way you can say that was not a throw.
No, but I do kind of want to address something. Our friend Gloria actually put a comment in all caps for you, Michael. So she's asking if you've talked to Delete Laws, Michael. Have you? I haven't heard from him in a while.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not at liberty right now to discuss any conversations that I've had with Chile or not. And so we're going to leave that for another time. And we'll just have to move on because I'm not in a position where I can talk about that.
So in other words, guys, we got the lawyer answer, so we will know something when we know something, I guess.
We have some crucial time periods right now where we want to make sure our friend gets out. We want to make sure our friend gets out.
Plus,
and we're just going to leave it like that.
I'm sure he's probably preparing for his appeal in about 13 days.
There's a lot of things that things that need to be done, and we're not going to talk about that right now. But I just want everybody to know that he's in good spirits and he's really, really grateful that you guys are paying attention and you're focusing on Carolina's case, because that's what he would be doing. And for a fact that he would have been the very first person at the city council meeting. And also, one of the things that where I part ways with BZ a little is on this one is I think that based on the city council and the way they, I think, are leaning, and the way we got that footage so quickly and the way her name got apparently removed from the website.
I think he's going to get served up on a platter to make him just
I think her case may be not filed. I think there's no filing deputy in their right mind who wants to progress politically who would ever file that case.
Who said they're in their right mind down here in Texas? Why do you think I've been trying to get you to come out here?
Well, if they want to get elected to higher office, which is typically the path of most public servants right now in this current climate, I don't see how they can get past that.
Any monkey could be the damn state attorney. I mean,
I'm just telling you, if they want to become the state attorney, they're not going to prosecute that case. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree.
Oh no, there'll be complete failures. I mean, Ken Paxton's under his second indictment. Come on, man. He's got to be a lifelong criminal to become a politician.
This is a local decision, pretty much at this point, and I don't think that a filing deputy will bring this as a case. And I
hope not.
I think that her criminal defense lawyer did a terrific job in outlining the things that he is going to do from a criminal defense point of view. And I'm hoping that they have a great legal team set up for her, because what we want is to hold the government accountable. And we want to make sure, like they've already done, make sure the evidence is collected, make sure that they have a viable record and that they move forward. And so they'll have to file a government claim. Typically they'll have to do that within 6 months. If it was me, I would already have my claim filed and my lawsuit filed within
someone's calling you out, Mike. Look at Brick Jonesy's comment.
48 hours or so. Let me see here. Yeah. And Brick's right. Massive public outcry will get it done.
Don't be a what, Michael?
Well, I don't know that there's much that I can do. I mean, she's already got.
Oh, he was calling you a P name. He was calling you a P name.
She's already got counsel, and so what I'm doing is the best thing that I can do, which is to provide you guys with information so you know what to do if this happens to you or your family, and hopefully it won't happen to them because of brave people like Carolina. That's really what I'd like to see. I'd like to leave the world a better place. Honestly, I mean. I don't like that the government has so much power over us. I mean, our founding fathers never intended this. That's all. I'm just trying to be a good person. The Bill of Rights means something to me.
You know what? For you to be a good person, you have to show the papers.
That's true. Hold on. Let's find out what this guy says.
Where are your papers, Mav? Where are they?
Oh, you don't have any papers? Choose a contact person, come on, do.
Oh man, that is like our secret weapon now, huh?
That is the best, man. I love that.
It
little
is so
clip.
cool. Hey, give me a bunch of ones if you think "Where Are Your Papers" needs to be like the official part of our show from now
No,
on.
that's the official ID refusal, man. I'm telling you.
So
What are we segueing into? Are we going to talk a little bit about what I got coming up in 2 weeks and what I found? Because I can kind of go into that a little bit.
thanks, Mama Lion. I appreciate that. People are saying that I look pink with the lighting. Yeah, I am pink, man.
No,
I'm-
you
I'm a-
are getting a little flushed, but when we were in backstage and talking, you were white as a ghost. Now you're as red as a freaking somebody who got face planted on the asphalt.
That could be. You guys know that I'm a Swedish Viking warrior, and so you can tell when I'm in Viking mode, all the blood rushes to my face.
I thought you were in Viking mode when you don't show your papers. V-paper.
Yeah. Ein Moment.
Where are your papers, Mav? Where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers? Choose a contact person, come.
Ach du lieber Geilheit,
Wer-
Zeit, Gesundheit. Was ist los? Wie geht es Ihnen?
He called you a midget effing warrior. Good old Ralph. I love it.
Hey, good seeing you, Ralph. Hey, did you guys catch our show last night with Ralph? It's one of the best lives I've ever done, man. Ralph showed us his chopper. Well, not a chopper. He showed us his motorcycle, and he was wearing his cut. And we were talking about these Hells Angels that were getting harassed in Sturgis and how, they're doing the same thing to people who are trying to just do basic government accountability operations. Totally cool show. If you guys get a chance to watch it, check it out. It's really good.
I ain't gonna lie. I passed out halfway through that thing. I've had long days.
A midget warrior. I love it. Hey, thanks, Lenny Malley. I appreciate it. Hey, if you guys really want to support the channel, go to my profile and buy a copy of my ebook about how I became a lawyer with no law degree or undergrad, and it even talks about different states that have similar programs. That would be awesome, because that really does help, because that way I can show my kids, like, hey, just write a book.
If these guys think Fort Worth PD's bad, wait till they see my video in 2 weeks with Arlington PD. I just uncovered some bad cops.
So if you guys don't know, BZ his specialty right now is really holding the post office accountable on their Poster 7 and jurisdictional issues. And he's really done some amazing stuff with public records requests. And we have a lot of really great stuff that potentially could be used in a criminal defense situation based upon jurisdictional problems with local police trying to enforce local laws on federal property and federal buildings. It's just can't do it. There's no legal authority that we've been able to find that says they can, unless it's by an interagency agreement, which BZ's been able to rule out. So that's a really interesting story that we need to talk about in the future. Tell us more, dude, about what you've been doing.
So anyways, just to give you an idea, I don't know if you guys know, I sold cars for many years. I have a knack for reading the room, is what I like to call it. I kind of know I like to do the Kenny Rogers thing. Like, I know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, know when to run. Well, this last post office in Arlington, Texas, I had 2 cops show up, and I read the room where it didn't feel. I felt that was going to be another statistic like Carolina or that other video where that guy got face planted. So I left on my own accord. A little bit of resistance, of course, but on my 2 feet. I did not get trespassed. I got ejected. I got the records back, and I have uncovered really bad cops. And they do a lot of covering up their disciplinary records, which I have obtained. So one of those officers I encountered was a SWAT officer who has been involved in 2 deadly force situations. I will be going over that with not the video tomorrow or the video next week, but 2 weeks down the road. And the other one had some other conduct and issues that related to my situation there. So I didn't want to be, like I said, the next statistic. So,
but did they ask you things like,
where are your papers, Mav? Where are they? Oh, you don't have any paper?
So tell us.
No, they didn't ask for the papers, but I had a feeling if I put up any more resistance, they were going to skip the papers and send me right to the concentration camp. But I don't now, Mike, I don't know if you were able to catch my live stream today.
Parts of it.
Which one? Because I did like 5 or 6 today.
Oh gosh, I don't know one of them. I was giving you a bunch of OTVOs.
Is it the one where I was on the sidewalk filming the cop where I was like 25 feet behind the last patrol car and this gay dude in a fedora that thought he was a cop was arresting somebody at the front, like over 70 feet away,
Is that the one
screaming at me to back up, and I told him to go fly a kite and go do his job, and I kind of went all Carolina off on him, and then I was kind of ranting and raving on the live stream with my people for like another 20 minutes.
That's pretty
And then
cool.
when I got done, I waited for the whole scene to leave, and I waited for this guy about 15 feet away, waited for him to acknowledge me. I sit there and I go, all right, I need your name and badge number. The guy's like, I don't know who you are. I'm not giving you that information. Well, of course, I decided to go Cohen versus California on his ass and start screaming obscenities on the live stream at him and all kinds of things. Basically, bottom line, by the time I got to the police station that had a sign on the door that said they had moved to this other location, and I went and tracked it down and did all this and went inside, and they told me to go do it online. I said that'd be great if I had Agent Smith's number from the Matrix, Agent Smith, because that's how this guy acted. Bottom line is the guy's name was Detective Smith, badge number 422, by the way. I got that information after showing my video of this idiot and his conduct to the lieutenant who came out to take my report. Halfway, it gets better. The nerve of the detective. I'm halfway through my complaint. He wants to come interrupt us and go, hoy, shake his hand like nothing happened. And the lieutenant was, I said, get away from me. You had your chance. And the lieutenant's like, you need to leave. And the front door was right there. So he opens the door and makes the guy leave. I said, yeah, you're dismissed. You're dismissed. Like that. And I said, see, now this guy wants to do a 180 from the video you just seen. He goes, oh, no, we finish filling out your statement. Calm down. Relax. De-escalate. Da-da-da-da-da. So basically on that live stream, I read that internal affairs report. I haven't done my open records yet because I've been really busy. After that, I was chasing some more cops around, making them nervous, filming them. So yeah, bottom line is I've been, ever since Carolina got smacked on the concrete there, I've been a little bit more aggressive. In fact, I think what's the matter using the room. He's been telling me on the live stream, calm down, don't get arrested. I'm worried for your safety.
Yeah, me too.
But I'll tell you what, it's been great for the channel. I even got hollered out on a live stream yesterday. I even had Mr. Aiden Green yell at me from his car. I felt like the Bandit from Smokey and the Bandit because he recognized the live stream where I was. And Brownie's big old head hanging out the window. So he was honking, saying, oh, hey, I'm watching your live stream right now. I was like, wow, that's kind of
hold
cool.
up, hold up. Shout out real quick. Brick Jonesy says, I really do appreciate Manuel Mata too, more now than ever. And I do too, man. Mata's got balls, man. I'd love to have him on for an interview.
I'll tell you what about Mata, man. He's either hot or he's cold. It depends on what time of the day and how you catch him. I think if you show Manuel some respect, kind of like with me, if you show me some respect, I if you step that line, I'll give you a little assertiveness. Mata turns into like straight chili, dude. I mean, he turns into like chili or crazier, which obviously does result into a charge, which I sometimes think that they do on purpose.
Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button, says Chuck D.
No, what I'm saying is I think they escalate the situation knowing that they can strike a nerve and hit him with obstruction. Because, I mean, that's ultimately what they hit him with. And ultimately he beats the charge because if you look at the Texas statute, it says in defense of prosecution, interference and obstruction cannot be speech alone. It says that right there in the statute. So they usually drop down yeah, classic one. Are you just saying that because I'm a big dude or because I can handle my own? He says he won't be easily able to slam me to the ground. In fact,
that's probably true.
In fact, I would love for Kruger to try to lay his. I'll take a resisting charge for that one.
I don't think Kruger is going to be with that department very long.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
sure
He'll be a civilian. He'll be a stand your ground state.
He's probably already on administrative.
I know,
suspension.
but he won't be a cop. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Civilian versus civilian is only assault and battery.
I understand, but don't
Not
they
on a
have
peace
special,
officer.
don't they have special laws that protect former law enforcement? I don't know.
No.
Okay,
Once a
gotta
bad
make sure
cop,
about
never
that.
a cop. So, anyways, so basically, I found that internal affairs report. I'm going to be doing a deep dive on Detective Smith.
Yeah. Grateful Dab says Kruger needs prison. I agree. What he did to her was so
No,
unacceptable.
I absolutely agree. He should have gotten prison when he drew. Oh, so another thing that I'm doing that I don't think I told you this, Mike. I shot off 5 open records. I think this morning or yesterday. All my days are a blur right now. I was looking at the use of force reports for Fort Worth PD for the year of 2024. I wasn't going to go back too far because there's a lot. It's steadily increasing, but here's my concern with that. You have 1,800 officers. You've got about 450 to 500 consistent use of force reports every month. Half of them, a third to a half, are use of force with their pistola. But there's only 1 or 2 involved shootings. So why are we drawing our gun before trying to de-escalate anything? The officers that are getting hurt in the use of physical force, you need to stop laughing. You need to stop laughing and listen.
Never don't record. Never don't record. Never don't record.
I know, but listen. Bottom line is this: the use of force that they're using is resulting in like a 25% injury to the officer. So let's say that the officers stop escalating. Maybe they'd stop getting hurt. Maybe there'd be less use of force reports. I'm just saying. Maybe words would go further than putting your hands on somebody.
Maybe. What do you guys think in the sidebar? I want to hear.
Yeah, because he's not taking this serious. I finally got in serious mode. You know what, Michael? I want to see the papers. Where are the papers?
My God. Was ist los? Mein Gott. Wie geht's?
Where are your papers, Mav? Where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers?
To the
That's like our secret weapon. You guys, give me a bunch of ones if you love the where are your papers? Come on, give it to us, guys. Bunch of ones. Eins. Yeah.
No papers. I wish we could put Kruger's face on that guy.
So
be like resisting to the concentration camp with you.
Yeah. Hey, Justin Knighton, thanks for joining us. Justin Knighton's talking about a cop that beat up a 14-year-old black kid. And those are the exact people that will walk up and get even. Ooh, yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, Justin Knighton.
Yeah, they don't call the police. They don't call the police. They just get even.
Well, you know, it's a sad time in our history that there's, you know, administrative agencies have been sort of tilted against like a segment of our population, the segment that supports the traditional American value system. And they've sort now, you know, it used to be that they were targeted against people that didn't support the traditional American value system. Now you have people out trying to uphold the First Amendment, and they're getting attacked and thrown and brutalized. And you can clearly see that Carolina was no threat. There was no reason to throw her like that. And
wait,
she was totally unconscious. She was unconscious, dude.
What's the First Amendment again? Because I think everybody's lost their mind and forgotten.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What is it, guys? Because they don't really even teach us that in school. I think it means like if you say anything that's hate speech, and hate speech is whatever the government says that it's criminal offense. I think that's what it says. Isn't that the First Amendment? Anything that you say is hate speech unless the government approves it?
Yeah, because you know, you flip a bird to a cop, you're going to jail. You know, you film a cop, your head gets smacked on the concrete.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button.
You mean hit that head button?
You think you're funny, don't you? But one thing you do not have.
Where are your papers, Mav? Where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers? To the concentration camp with you.
Yeah. The concentration camp. Yeah.
Hey, I just kind of want to. Can you do me a favor, real quick, Mike? Look, I know Turner versus Driver 2017 Circuit 5, which is right here in Texas. Actually, Fort Worth PD is the reason why that Supreme Court ruled on that one.
I think it was Texas, wasn't it? With Texas Appellate Court.
It was the Fifth Circuit Court.
Yeah.
You're right. But that covers Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, and that's because of Fort Worth PD.
That's right.
But
And they're
with this
right
whole
back at it.
being able to speak your mind and cuss out the cops, kind of like what I did on my live stream earlier today. I was really throwing some F-bombs. You guys never really hear me use F-bombs. I was really pissed off today. Cohen versus California. Can you explain that case a little bit real quick to the people? You know Cohen versus your mic's muted, Mike.
Oh, no, I'm good. What do you want me to explain?
Cohen versus California about speech and how we express yourself. About effing the Dodge on it. Your mic's muted again.
You have the. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So you guys have the right to record police, but the case in Texas is based on the same police department, I believe, is the police department that beat down Carolina. And it was a very similar fact pattern as well, where a guy's recording police, and it's almost like history is repeating itself. But in this particular case, you have Officer Kruger, who a lot of people are calling Freddy Krueger. I think his real name's Matthew, isn't it?
Matthew David Bowie Kruger, for those who didn't know his full name.
Bowie, like David Bowie?
David Bowie, yes. Bowie,
No
whatever
way.
you want to call
Like
it.
the singer, like from the 80s? B-O-W? No
I
way.
guess somebody really liked his.
Let's dance, put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
He should have been singing to her instead of like bashing her head on the concrete.
I know, huh? He should have like been wearing lipstick and a dress, like singing and stuff. I don't get it. What the heck's going on, Bowie?
Well, if he goes to prison, he will be wearing the red dress and the lipstick. So
that's what Ralph Riley was saying the other day. God, you guys are terrible, man. So I'm pretty sure that when he gets to the prison, they're probably going to ask him.
How's your papers, Mav? Where are they? You don't have any papers?
I'll save the crescendo till the endo. So anyways, I wanted to get back on the topic, though, of what her potential legal strategy might be, because it seems like there's like this big soap opera surrounded her legal counsel and strategic and tactical decisions that are made between her and her legal team. And so there's so many things that need to take place first. First of all, she needs to get to the best potential brain injury doctor there is in the country, even if she's got to like drive hours to get the best treatment. Because once you've suffered an MTBI or a TBI like that, you're never going to get back to normal, and you're going to have all kinds of problems for the rest of your life, guaranteed. But she needs to make sure that she gets proper diagnosis and prognosis so that she can go ahead and have her expert witnesses like her life care planners and nursing care experts come in and maximize her potential settlement. I'm assuming she has family, potentially she might have kids. And so this would be an amazing way for her to leave something behind for them at some point, or build her own business and have a second chance at life, because she'll need that. Because now she's probably going to be suffering from severe psychological issues where she's probably not going to want to audit, which is obviously part of what she did. It's part of her livelihood. And so things can get really bad for her as a result of this. And she may need special training. She may need somebody to come in and teach her. Hold on, guys. I just need to turn my phone. I'm getting.
Please, for the love of God.
And so she'll need, probably special care for the rest of her life. And brain injuries, they can get worse over time. And that's just part of the issue. You've got psychological issues that she'll be dealing with for the rest of her life. What are you showing us there, bud? Let me
just them putting more tyrants on the street in Fort Worth. Now check this out. This is on their Facebook page. Congratulations. This was 2 days ago, guys. And this one says by Brian Fritchie, Roseanne, I don't think they have officially graduated until they've beaten up an old lady. They did excellent when it came to curb stomping old lady mannequins. Let's see. I got my comment in there about Officer Freddy Krueger is the pride and joy of this department. You guys should be under federal oversight. And I put the little thumbnail picture there with all the blood splatter and the picture of Carolina. I said, keep training these thugs to do this. Somebody else said, congratulations on some brand new tyrants.
Wow.
So it goes on and on. If credit to Who Back the Blue Mile, your department destroying your community. I'm so disturbed by the video I watched, and then to see a post like this, just a slap in your face. So we actually have some bootlickers that are actually turning to the auditing side. I mean, these are all negative comments on the new recruit Facebook page that was the post that was done.
Oh my gosh.
Great. You're just going to let them do what Kruger did to that innocent woman. I mean, are they proud of this department? Did they all remind them to say, stop resisting to an unconscious victim with head trauma? I mean, it goes, stop resisting, yells the psychopath at the unconscious. Wow. They really, man, when they say public outcry, what I want to say, guys, is I was one of the first people that posted on this page, on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I guess when you started like Googling the officer's name, it pops up on their Facebook page because I did, because I put the link and the pictures. All I know is everyone else just started clicking on it and speaking their mind. And I have seen way more comments on there than I saw 2 days ago. I was just trying to see if there was any fresh news regarding Officer Kruger that maybe they released. But I'm really not seeing anything brand new other than what we've pretty much covered. So, but I just wanted to let you guys know that anybody that did post that, thank you, because the public outcry, or massive public outcry, as Brick Jonesy likes to say, he's right. If we don't speak our mind, that's why I was outside protesting outside City Hall. I even yelled at the deputy chief. I don't know if I told you that, Mike. I told him, fire Kruger, this will all go away. The guy said, have a good day, sir, and he ran inside like a little coward.
Yeah, but firing Kruger is not going to make it all go away.
Firing Kruger is just the start. We don't want him to stay on the department. We don't want him to
deserves national attention.
We don't
the FBI should get involved. There should be a federal investigation. That's
crazy. Why I made the comment about federal oversight. Now, the other people that were able to go inside to city council, I don't know if you heard, Mike, but I call her Mayor Maddie Hattie because she's like the Mad Hatter, kicking everybody out for free speech. Did not want people's comments in there. Somebody called her a bitch. And she even made the statement, I've been called far worse than that, sir. Get him out of here. So obviously people in Fort Worth, from the mayor down to the boots, are a little sensitive. They're little snowflakes all through here. So, but I just want to say, with the massive outcry, the support that I even saw Manuel Mata walking up. I talked to him on my live stream. He had a big poster of Carolina's beat up face. So there are a lot of people that she was too scared to go in and speak. So Mata spoke kind of on her behalf about, and you know what? I don't think anybody could have really spoke better with the words that he delivered and impacted anybody than Manuel Mata did on there. So, if you guys haven't been to Manuel Mata's page, I'm going to actually drop the link. That way you can see previous videos of him and Kruger. I'll try to drop that link, Mike, while you're talking. So
I can also drop it in the description of the video too for the audience. Just let me know. Are you emailing it right now?
No, I'm going to drop it in the link, bro. I've got. Cool. I'm a mod, so I can drop it.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, just check out the sidebar, guys. So yeah, I think the end game for this is to get national attention. We've gotten some attention in the local press, but you can see that, contrary to what you might think, the local press has to have day-to-day relations with law enforcement. So naturally, they're going to have biased reporting in order to gain access. And so that's why it's always better to have independent journalists. I've never been a proponent of journalism school and for-profit media. I think it's actually a disgrace that they even have a journalism school. A true journalist is somebody that holds their government accountable, because that is our number one civic duty as Americans, to leave our government in a better place for our kids, because it's the one thing that can do the most damage to families and parents. And parents and families are the glue that holds this constitutional republic together. And when the government gets involved and tries to infringe on parental rights, it causes great calamity, causes great exoduses, and it causes lots of problems, and it causes division. And the governments should be bound by the chains of the Constitution, and they should serve a very limited purpose. They shouldn't be trying to be like jackboot thugs and throwing ladies around who are just simply filming. That's insane. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree.
I sent a different bunch of videos that Mata spoke about Kruger, but I'm actually dropping the link right now. This is the video from 4 months ago on Kruger, right there that I just dropped.
Yeah, I see it. The problem is I'm not able to open these gosh darn things.
Well, I'm doing it on my PC.
Yeah.
So that way the links are clickable.
Okay, so at least the audience can click on them.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's a way I can access it another way. Just give me a second, guys. I'm going to put you up on the screen so you don't see me scrambling around.
Oh, we'd love to see you scramble. It's kind of fun when you get all.
I gotcha. Let me just see if I can find it, man.
I mean, but Mata speaks at city council a lot. He's also been helping people at family court. Mata's out there, like, he's actually the people's people, man. I actually kind of wish he'd run for city council out in his little his south side of Fort Worth. I mean, he's out there hitting the streets, man. I mean, he's knocking on doors and watching the neighborhood and doing some things and dealing with some POS cops. And
he's obviously a very brave man.
He just doesn't care what they do to him. He just, it's, some people can call it stupidity. Some could call it bravery. Some could call it boldness.
He's a warrior, dude.
He just doesn't have, he just doesn't care. He's just one of those guys that he's just not going to let the cops do what they've been doing. So if you guys haven't been over there yet, what I'd like you guys to do is go hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure, you guys put that notification bell on, because when he goes live, he's literally chasing down the cops on the street, which half the time gets him arrested. I've seen some bogus arrests where he's done like I've done and given him plenty of a distance and have arrested him for obstruction, and he ends up beating the charge because they're bogus. They just seem like and that's where I think the officers on the ground, the boots, should not have authority to make an arrest without a supervisor's signature on scene. So that way it's the supervisor's ass too.
Yeah,
these guys retaliate against us.
Or they certainly should receive training in how to treat a lady. I mean, give me a bunch of ones. I mean, this is Texas, for crying out loud. I mean, I don't know what happened to being a gentleman, but
there's no such thing. They're used to old days of just slapping women around. They're thinking the old cowboy days.
Maybe that might have been okay, at home, but a gentleman's not going to be slapping around a lady out in the street. I just think it's outside.
No, that's the problem. You called him a gentleman. Now it might be a worthless man.
Yeah,
but
that's. But I'm just saying, like a traditional cowboy or rancher or whatever isn't going to be slapping some woman around or trying to body slam her. They're going to throw their coat down in a puddle of water and help them get across the street.
Yeah, maybe in California, up in San Francisco.
No, what are you talking about?
We got some culture up here, guys. We got some culture in San Francisco.
I always think of Texans as being like the 10-gallon hat, super, all about the ladies. And
I'm just thinking about the 1800s when everybody was going west for the culture because everything was too wild in the West. Yeah, that's.
Oh, gotcha.
Now, I don't know how long we're going to be on this live stream. I do want to put it out there because this guy is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
He's the night, even though he's not in Fort Worth right now, he is down in Houston. He's starting his night shift because my day shift is officially ended. We are out there 24/7. We are watching. That's the message to all you thin blue line gangbangers out there. We are watching in shifts. And right now, good old Chuck Bronson I'm going to drop the link for you guys. He is live down at, I think this is Houston. It's Berry Road, which we have a Berry here, but I think this is Berry in Houston. Because I just saw Interstate 45, so that I think they're in Houston. But this is Texas, guys. Now, I'll tell you right now, if you're wanting to watch some good old cop watching, Texas is the place to go. They're uneducated. They beat up women. They beat up small people. They beat up people with cameras. They pretty much, if you're not wearing a uniform, a clown suit as we call it, they will beat you up. They will make up some obstruction crap and do the, math, no papers, and take you down to the concentration camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you guys go over there. He's working the night shift. He will be on for like the next 8 to 10 hours, live streaming. Chuck is a beast, man. He is out there with the crazy little dude called Patrick. I'm not gonna voice my opinion on this channel about Patrick specifically because he's kind of in the 1A community. I'll use that word lightly. But I just want to let you guys know they are out there. They are filming. We are watching. And I'm what you guys don't realize is when we're on these live streams, I'm constantly going through who's live, what's been uploaded in case we have any kind of breaking news. Like right now, Harvey Freebird is still going on about Carolina. So's Galveston, Island Transparency over on the Vigilance Committee. But I don't really see anything new. Everything seems to be everything we've covered tonight. I don't see anything new.
There's Mike, not a whole lot.
I don't know what else you've got.
No, there's not a whole lot. We're just kind of fried because, BZ especially has been since 3 a.m. the day of been out there covering this when nobody even knew what was going on. So he got the collar on this story for sure. And then, when I saw
put the word out there to rally the troops. Now I will give you guys a little insight. The last I talked to Denver Metro Audits, he is still in the area, but I haven't really seen him go live or post anything. Yeah. But it's not unheard of him to collect a bunch of content.
Yeah.
Get some open records and then edit the video later. So
right on. Well, if you guys want to have Mata or Denver Metro wants to come back on, I'd be stoked just to hear what they have to say and how their attitudes have changed about auditing and what they do and how they're going to respond, if at all, to what's going on. I mean, we've seen now Chile get locked up on what I think is a specious arrest and charges and conviction. And now we've seen another woman getting slammed to the ground. We saw on March 4th, I believe, the report came out from Congress where we now know that the government's been illegally spying on us without a Fourth Amendment search warrant, using private companies to search our metadata through our banks to find out if we purchased guns or Bibles or shopped at Dick's Sporting Goods, and then putting us on a list of potential domestic violent extremists as a result thereof. And so we see more and more it's becoming acceptable, trickling down into law enforcement, that these people are the enemy, people who are holding police accountable, people who, go to maybe a rifle range. They might be the enemy too. So just imagine getting pulled over by one of these guys and you're on the way back from the gun range. What might happen? I mean, that's justifiable use of force, right? Well, they had a gun. I just want you guys to start thinking about these things from a larger point of view. There's a Mike, attack on your fundamental rights going on right before your eyes. Go ahead, BZ.
Hey, Mike, can I send you a link? I got something coming in that was just posted about 29 minutes ago.
Email it to me.
I think maybe the viewers might appreciate this because it has something to kind of do with what we're talking about. I'm just going to put title link in the subject line. I'm going to make this a hyperlink for you.
Just email it to me, okay?
I am. I'm just making it a hyperlink, so all you got to do is click on it.
It'll take a minute because I have a really crummy connection. I'm going to have to forward it to this computer.
I sent it to your normal email. I sent it to, and to let you know what it's tagged. It's called "Cop Flees from Reporter's Camera, First Amendment."
Hey, you're welcome, Chevy. And Chevy's saying thanks, Basil and Mike, and also
Chevy! What's
thanks,
up, Playboy?
Panda. Thanks, Panda Young, for coming.
Oh, you know what,
Richard.
Mike? Also, I need you to go to Chevy's channel real quick because he put out a song about Kruger this morning.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm still trying to pull up this thing. I'm going to put you up on the screen here because I'm
put a little AI song out there.
Trying to do some admin over here.
Well, it's because, man, you're just a little. This is why you need a producer over there, like, you know.
Well,
Anna or
unfortunately,
Gunn over there.
I do have some help with production from the kids, but typically at this time they'll be either studying or he'll be at like a judo class or something. So it's kind of hard. But I got you. I'm doing what I can with the resources I have, I don't really trust anybody else.
He's got four songs about Kruger, man. Actually, he's got more than that. First one's called Carolina and Fort Worth Freddy Krueger Concrete Faceplant.
Nice.
Then he's got Fort Worth, Texas Tyrant Freddy Krueger 22, 24 CFW. Who Dat Fort Worth, Texas Freddie Matthew Krueger CFW Carolina Hater. Then he's got Chevy Drives to Krueger to Levy. And then Freddy Krueger Dueling Banjos. So
Right.
he's been killing it with the Krueger. Ha! Get it? Killing it with Krueger. Krueger's toast. Krueger's toast. Didn't he get fried in Nightmare on Elm Street?
I don't know. I'm just having a hard time getting these emails, buddy. Hold on. Here it comes.
Oh, come on, man. Look at that title. I haven't watched the full video yet, so.
All right. Let me see if I can pull up this bad chicken for you guys.
I just thought the title was good.
I'm gonna take my picture.
Are you serious? I'm taking 32 frames per second.
And he's moving in between the window, raising the camera up, taking the camera down. He just rose the camera up again.
Hi, can I help you?
No, thank you. I appreciate you asking.
Okay. Can I ask you why you're standing outside of a bank reporting?
Well, you can ask.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm not going to tell you, but you can ask. Yes, absolutely.
For purposes of
Thanks, Ralph. I will.
I could be doing this for purposes of committing a crime.
Yeah, you're photographing a bank.
Yeah, I guess I could be, theoretically.
Don't
I'm not.
take my picture.
I will take your picture.
Okay.
It's perfectly legal. Boom, boom, boom. There you go.
They would try to meet me.
He's got a still camera and a video camera, by the way.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you been drinking today?
Have I been drinking?
You been drinking today?
And he is recording, just for units to be aware, and taking photographs of me.
You clearly panicked when I aimed the camera at you on the sidewalk. You panicked.
Am I panicked right
A
now?
lot. No, you're not panicked right now because you got some backup here for you. All by yourself.
I'm scared, sir.
I think you're chicken shit when you're all by yourself.
Okay, all right.
Hey everybody, KULT News back again with another video. Today we're in Bremerton, Washington, still. And I was walking down the sidewalk and minding my own business, and I saw this Washington Federal Bank over here. So I thought that we'd swing by, aim our cameras at them, and see if there's good folks at Washington Federal here in Bremerton, Washington, recognize and respect our right to take photos and videos in public and in publicly accessible places.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Now, by the
Let's
way,
rock
pause
and
it for a second.
Yeah.
Now this guy's name is Mike, by the way.
Yeah.
I believe it's Mike Norton. Go to go to about the 8-minute mark and watch these bank people freak out, like through the windows.
All right. Hold on. Make sure I got it all good to go. All right. Here we go.
Jacket, blue cap, blue jacket. Anything else?
No, and he just raised the camera.
You can see her on the phone. Look at that on the glass. Calling the
And again, I
cops.
want to make sure he's outside of the building, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Did he come in a vehicle?
I don't know.
This is classic.
Did he? I don't want you to do this, but I want to know: did anybody confront him or ask him?
So he synced it up.
No.
Yeah, he did like I did with
No,
the 911
I
calls.
came into the branch.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
the girls were closing the blinds so that he wasn't able to take pictures. There is one window that's exposed to the north, and he's moving in between
Oh my goodness.
the window, raising the camera up, taking the camera down. He just rose the camera up again.
So if I'm looking at the bank from Bernie's Lane, where exactly is he?
He's across the street from the Dollar Tree, and he is on that street.
Okay. I can't hear. So he's
Stay,
like zooming.
stay where
in
you're at.
camera to- Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay. Is it like a phone or is it like a big camera?
It's a big camera.
Hey, really quick, do you see BZ? Do you see Ralph's comment?
Yeah, he said something about tell BZ what he wants to do. What's that all about?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the comment, man. I've been scrolling here, but
Was it something you guys maybe had to read comments? I guess
I'm looking up here, but he said they would try to beat him up, but I don't think that's what he meant. There's just a bunch of comments, dude. Man, there's a lot of people in here tonight, man. Holy crap. Thanks everybody for showing up, by the way.
I'll tell you right now. Now, Mike's wife is typically filming from across the street. Well, what she does is she kind of keeps the camera concealed to keep the camera view on him in case he gets attacked.
Right.
So there's a second spy auditor across the street.
All right, here it goes.
I'm sorry. I do have a call already answered. I'm going to place you on a brief. We'll be right back with you.
They put him on hold.
You can tell they're really concerned. You're like, hey, it's just that cop watcher. Yeah, send someone out. Anybody need to make an ATM withdrawal? Oh my God, she's flashing someone. Look at
Thank you for
that.
holding. And again, if anything changes when I place you on hold, I want you to hang up and call 911 again, okay? You still see him?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Second here. That information. You don't see a vehicle, no weapons. Does it seem like he's intoxicated or under the influence of any drugs?
Not that I'm aware of.
Can I get your name?
It's Payne, Payne.
And what's your role there?
I'm sorry.
Well, what is your role there?
I'm a client of Washington Federal. I was going to make a deposit.
Okay, 1 second. Here.
I mean, dude, they're laughing it up now. I mean, come on.
360-271.
It's like the Benny Hill show, man.
I need to ask for our records. What is your home address?
72
Thank
Road,
God for them redacting
Bremerton
it, 'cause the cops didn't.
98310.
1 second here. It does look like my partner is working on letting them know. In the meantime, I do have the call already information entered. You don't have to stay there, but I don't want you to do anything to make you feel unsafe. Would you like follow-up contact from law?
Hey, hold up. I just really quick. Joe Black says, have you seen the clip of the cop planting drugs on Joe Mata? I'd like to see that. I'd like to do a show on that because that's what I've been saying for years.
On Manuel Mata.
Planting drugs. That's what it says.
I'd have to go through a bunch of his videos.
Man, I want to see that.
But Mike, there you go. Look at that super chat.
Holy crap. Thanks, guys. Oh, it's Ralph again.
No, it's Chevy.
Thanks, thanks, Chevy. No, it's cool. I would do it anyway.
Read what it says, though.
Yeah, thanks for allowing us to play with your mind. That's funny. Well, I appreciate any support because it shows that you guys appreciate that I'm spending a lot of my time that I don't have. It's not free time; it's time that I don't have. But it's rewarding though to be able to share these things with you and also meet so many cool people. And I really am impressed by the work that BZ and this Mata guy, I mean, and the bravery. So yeah, I just want you guys to know that I'm impressed. Yeah, go ahead,
Mike,
BZ.
do me a favor. Skip to the 12-minute and 30-second mark. It gets better.
All right, hold on. 12 minutes and 50 seconds.
No, 12 minutes and 30 seconds.
Stand by. All right, here we go.
There we go. Friendly neighborhood police officers here. Sheriff's office.
And there's plenty of concrete here, too.
I'm assuming there's not a bank robbery going on in there.
This is
Walk past
embarrassing.
this place and they're all dropping to the floor, and I was like, "What the hell's going on in there?" There you go.
Hi, can I help you?
No, thank you. I appreciate you asking.
Can I ask you why you're standing outside of a bank recording?
Well, you can ask.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm not going to tell you, but you can ask. Yes,
Well, she's
absolutely.
trying to flank him.
You're the subject of a radio call now because
What was the call about?
Suspicious behavior that you're standing outside of the bank,
Uh-huh.
recording and taking photographs of the bank.
So somebody called and said that I was taking photos?
Yes, with your camera.
On a public sidewalk. Uh-huh. And you guys actually came out for that?
Yeah, we sure did.
Crazy.
Why wouldn't we?
I mean, if somebody called and said there's a Jew walking on the sidewalk, would you guys respond to that, or is it just people taking pictures? I don't understand. I mean, it's not a crime, nothing illegal.
But it is scary for the people inside. It's concerning.
Well, if it's scary for the people inside,
Do you not believe it's concerning if you're outside photographing a bank?
I'll tell you, when
Do you
people
not
are,
think that's suspicious, sir?
when I do not actually.
Okay.
When people find things scary, I know fear makes people do strange things. For example, if I was afraid of somebody outside, I wouldn't send a woman out by herself, feet from the man to.
By the way, give me a bunch of ones for like most attractive female officer of the year for T. Dominguez.
She's about a 7. I've seen 9.
Stay inside.
She's about a 7
So
or
a
8.
gal came out.
I think she's hot. Give me a bunch of ones if you think I give her an 8.5.
Dude, I'm about to grab those ears and fly away.
I'm going to give her an 8.5. Give me a bunch of ones if you think she's an 8.5. Give me some 2s if you agree with BZ that she's.
I think she's about an 8, bro. 7.5.
Oh, I said 8.5. Okay, I'm saying 8.5. BZ is saying 8, so we're pretty close. What do you guys think? 1 for my 8.5, 2 for BZ's.
Bro, I couldn't take her serious. I think it's like a Hawaiian Tropic bottle contest or something coming out to check up on me.
I think she's got it going on. I love the fingernails. I mean, I know that she doesn't want to make the arrest. She might break them, you know. What do you guys give me a bunch of ones if you think Tito Mingus doesn't want to break her nails?
Side and was talking to me. She didn't seem scared at all. And if she was scared, she had a funny way of showing it.
Was she an employee?
Yeah, I believe she was, yes.
Okay, well, so who called us was not an employee. So
I have no control over that. So somebody called you and they said there's a man outside taking photographs
of the bank.
Okay, are you under the impression that that's illegal?
What was that?
You're not under the impression that that is a crime, are you?
No, I'm saying it's suspicious behavior that you're standing out front of the bank recording.
Well, there's 10,000 reasons why somebody might be standing outside of a bank recording. Okay. And I'll be frank with you, to address.
Do you have any ID on you, sir?
Sure, Stop it! Pause it!
I'm not a big fan of that.
Pause it! It's time to roll the clip.
Oh, mein Gott, was ist los? Ach du lieber Guide, Gesundheit gesagt.
I knew your girl Dominguez was going to ask for those papers.
Mein Gott. Okay, einen Momentieren.
Where are your papers, Mav? Where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers? To the concentration camp with you.
Oh, my lord, guys. Give me a bunch of ones for the concentration camp. Let's hear it.
I do actually, because I'm not a big fan of forfeiting my Fourth Amendment rights to placate the personal curiosity of yourself or somebody inside of a
It's
bank.
not of myself. I didn't just pass along and see you standing here recording and choose to stop you.
I'm gonna,
you were the subject of a radio call. There's a difference there.
It's not a crime.
I'm just telling you.
All right, I'm telling.
Where are your papers?
Crime. You have to have a reasonable and articulable suspicion of a crime. Don't you agree?
And I could believe that you could be doing this for purposes of committing a crime.
I could be doing this for purposes of committing a crime.
Yeah, you're photographing a bank.
Yeah, I guess I could be, theoretically.
To the concentration camp with you.
Whoa, stay away from me. Hey.
That's like Chili doing that stuff.
Let me show you how Deputy Dominguez described what just happened here to another officer.
And then he just he took the camera like this, and I told him, get it out of my face, and I tried to move, and he's like, you're gonna not let me take pictures of you, and I kept moving in a circle around him, and I was like, hey, have a good day, bye, and I just walked off.
Let me remind you again what actually happened. I was about 10 feet away from her at the time.
Cops fly, cameras don't.
I'm not.
Take my picture.
Are you serious?
Do not take my picture.
Are you serious? I'm taking 32 frames per second. Whoa, stay away from me. I will take your picture. Okay. It's perfectly legal. Boom.
To the concentration camp with you.
There you go.
Fingerprint if I have a supervisor available.
Listen to this, Mike. It gets better. Go to the 19-minute mark, Mike.
All right, hold on.
It gets better.
Right now, talking with the subjects, the victims of abuse. He's still on the commission. Oh, there he is. I have a feeling, just so you guys know I'm feeling he's like a First Amendment person and rights. I don't know. He wouldn't talk. He didn't want to give me any info.
By the way, everybody,
murder gloves going on. Murder gloves.
Murder gloves. Guys, give me a bunch of ones for BZ.
Murder gloves.
Give me a bunch of ones for BZ always finding the best videos, man. He just gets the good stuff. Look, what was I telling you guys? They're targeting people who are trying to engage in what we call government accountability operations. They're trying to paint
Mike,
us as crazy people.
No, Mike, this is the first time I've seen this video with you guys. All I'm doing is reading the room. I'm seeing the murder gloves go on. I'm reading the room because they love to go hands-on. Those gloves.
He didn't want to give me his name first. So I told him I'll start a supervisor this way then.
Murder glove.
Concerned because he has been like zooming in with the camera. They don't know what he's trying to take pictures of inside the bank because he's standing on the other side where the window is. They want him trespassed.
From a sidewalk?
On the property right now.
Yeah.
He posted up off the property, so he already probably knows the game.
Yeah. So I figured whenever the supervisor gets here, I'll let them make that call. If it's us trying to ID him.
Supervisor?
No, I called one. I'll explain it real quick. And then he just started. He like took the camera like this, and I told him get it out of my face, and I tried to move. And he's like, "You're gonna not let me take pictures of you," and I kept moving in a circle around him, and I was like, "Hey, have a good day, bye," and I just walked off, and he just like followed me up, and I was like, "I told you to stop, you can wait on the sidewalk, don't come any closer." And he was like, "I can't walk on the sidewalk," and I told him, "Yeah, you can walk on the sidewalk, stay on the sidewalk then."
So if the bank just wants him to trespass and he's going to refuse to identify himself and just fill out a trespass form and just take a picture of him. And then,
Okay, so just really quick, BZ. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand how a bank could have easement rights on a public sidewalk to issue a trespass. Are there any lawyers here who could help inform me how that works?
Now, in the north, now I will tell you, in the north, I saw something. It was, I'm trying to remember the state it was, but they actually did own the actual part of the sidewalk. It wasn't the full sidewalk.
Yeah.
But they actually did own the sidewalk where they could actually be trespassed off. It was
right. Well,
it was some weird state. Like, it's the only time I've ever seen it.
It happens. It does happen where you have easement rights, or even it could be property rights. But typically, a public sidewalk is public.
Read Brick Jonesy's comment. I don't want to mention the name.
Oh, right.
Because he'll tell us how.
Right. Yeah, we'll have the guy who runs the storage facility come on and tell us how it works. So, but what I want to do is basically just like kind of put a there's many scenarios where that could potentially be an issue. Okay, and it's there's general principles that are at play. That's all.
This is a liberal state. This isn't one of them. They don't own the sidewalk. This is Washington State.
Well, typically, like for example, as a homeowner in some states, you'll have easement rights over a sidewalk, but that's typically it's for a limited purpose. Easement rights for the purpose of maintenance, for example. Like in order for you to have this house, we're going to require that you make sure that roots and things like that don't mess up the sidewalk. But that wouldn't change its character as being public. And so I would have to see, what the law is, but my gut instinct is telling me that the officer doesn't know what he's talking about and that the bank has no legal authority to issue a trespass on a public sidewalk. Now, I think if
you see the comment on the board,
I've asked my wife for papers at 3 a.m. twice this week. So my gut feeling, that's pretty good, Kurt Bronson. So my gut instinct and my gut feeling is that no, this officer did not have enforcement rights to issue a trespass warning on a public sidewalk. Now, if it had happened in the private parking lot area, there are cases where municipalities have municipal ordinances and laws where they are allowed to trespass from a private, where police are allowed to trespass from a private parking lot. And that is the case in Florida. At least it was the case in Florida. I think there's a 2015 or 2016 case that talks about that. So it just depends on the state. And it's, but the general rule is that if it's a public sidewalk, the officer is going to have to think of something better than that. He would have to be accusing the guy of loitering, like if you're loitering on a public sidewalk, then that's a separate offense. Like if I was a cop, I would at least come up with a more creative offense than one that probably won't stick in court. But in this case, it's probably not even a crime. The cop's just going to issue him a trespass notice, a warning. That all that means is if you come back and stand here again, we're going to arrest you. And so the way that this guy would have to deal with that would be to come back or not leave. And then we would see if the arrest was made, and then we would have to test the legality of the arrest by going, unfortunately, through the legal system. Now, hopefully you'll have a decent filing deputy who recognizes that he's being arrested solely because he's engaged in a First Amendment protected activity. And although the bank is a private bank, it is a public sidewalk. And the Supreme Court has ruled on more than one occasion that bank doesn't have any more right to not be recorded than anyone else in public, and they can throw up some draperies or something if they have a problem with that. Or the government can get involved and pass some more draconian laws, right? That's about all they can do.
Look at that beautiful bean footage.
I'm going to roll that beautiful bean footage in the interim. So here we go.
That's it. Just verbally tell them, hey, you're not allowed back here. You're not for a year or whatever. And you can come back and trespassing. That's about it. But he can stand on the sidewalk on public property and record as much as he wants. So.
Yeah. He was like, I don't know why they'd send a woman out here to confront me if I'm so scared. And I was like, well, the police didn't call us. It was someone else. I don't know. He was being very...
So who wants some trespass then? The employees?
The bank. They said that they are concerned.
Hey, look, I'm going to be totally straight with you guys. Like BZ and I were both jarheads, and the first thing they teach you, like in boot camp, one of the first things to keep your freaking nails short. Because if you get in an altercation, you need to be able to fight. If you bend a nail back, that thing will rip right off your freaking finger. Yep. And there's no way you'll be able to fight in a real fight. I just want you guys to see
short nails, short hair.
Yeah. It's like the race to the bottom. It's like the feelings enforcement.
If I were you, I'd just do you have those trespass forms?
Yeah, I'm gonna have them go print one and then fill it out.
Just print it and start filling it out, and we'll just hang out. He's gonna pull over here.
Yeah, thanks.
Print two so you can keep one and hand it one to him.
Yeah,
because he's not gonna.
Yeah,
I mean, he might want one, honestly. So.
He might want it, but.
I mean, of course, all these dudes think she's hot, so they're like going to do whatever they can to like make the arrest and maybe get some later.
I think they're just laughing about it, really.
Yeah, but they want to please her. That's what I'm saying. I mean, come on.
What's up, really speaking? Hey, what's up, buddy? Well, I think it's a first. I'm going to go mute here.
He muted his mic right there.
Yeah.
Now, it goes on for a few minutes. So if you go to the 24-minute mark.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Are we all good? You guys set Dominguez straight? She seemed real scared.
This guy's funny, man. Who is this guy, by the way?
This is Michael Norton, his Cold News.
Michael Norton's awesome, man. I really love his style.
Yeah, I would agree, but that I wasn't there. I don't know.
So it seems Deputy Dominguez, the fragile little snowflake that she is, she got really scared when I started aiming the camera at her, which is really weird because I've been recording her 32 frames per second from the minute she approached me. So I can't make heads or tails out of that. That's just bizarre. But now we've got, well, I think she left. tucked her tail between her legs and ran. The camera scared her. I got this guy here. I don't know who this guy is. And we've got this one here. And then there's another fellow over here.
Those dudes are
I
getting
think
some
they're
action.
just trying to double check and verify that the First Amendment hasn't been rescinded yet.
He's great. How come I've never seen this channel before, BZ? You've been hiding this from me?
I have.
All right. Well, he's videotaping me as I'm walking around my cell phone, so I'm going to get off. All right. So the game plan, as I understand it, Tony's going to issue him trespass.
Murder gloves are going on.
I don't think we need to go up and force to do that. Somebody with Dominguez would be fine.
I don't care. I can go up there.
But or even we can do it for her. But he's kind of taunting.
Yeah, I heard him.
So Sarge doesn't necessarily need to come up.
He doesn't need to be here. Yeah, I was wondering why Connie said she'll explain later, but I don't know why he needed Sarge here. He's just getting trespassed.
Because in case he wants to, he might get chippy and ask for a sergeant. In California, that's what would happen. You start sergeant this way when somebody's getting in this situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe he had asked for a sergeant or something like that.
I initially thought that as well. So we should see what car he's in. We should see what car he's in.
I'm sure he's walking. Probably lives in these apartments up here or something like that.
So like you can, by getting the footage, right, you can see like the police tactics. They'll get in a huddle and they're just trying to figure out a way to make a caller. Trying to find a way to run him, see if he's got wants or warrants. They just want to get
remember, Mike, we saw this in my video of the North Richland Hills Police Department and the post office with the phone calls. Now I was denied body cam footage, but you can see how they sending the rookie to go get all the plate numbers, to try to run me, to find out what I came in. I was actually turned on to him by Brick Jonesy because he says that my style is very similar to his with the way I approach the editing.
Yeah, he's good,
of that nature. And so I started watching him and noticed that we do have very similar styles.
Yeah.
But he pieces everything together like I do with records and puts everything together. He's just probably a little bit funnier than I am.
I think you're pretty good too, man. I just think, the different styles are what make it so cool to see all the different personalities. But at the same token, both of you guys have the research angle down. You're getting that footage and you can clearly see that these guys are trying to find a way to make an arrest. And why? Because someone's engaged in a First Amendment protected activity. That's the problem. That's the problem.
ID us, like he just said. So where are his papers?
Oh, ja. Mein Gott. Das ist treuer. Ja, mein Gott. Ein Moment. Mein Gott. Haben Sie. Ja.
Oh, you don't have any papers?
Wait, guys, let's do it again.
Where are your papers, Mav? Where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers?
So what do you guys think?
Where are your papers?
I can't get enough of that, man. I just can't help myself. Give me a bunch of ones for where are your papers? Give me a bunch of them. Well, what do you think, man? I'm getting pretty tired, brother.
I don't know, man.
What does the sidebar have to say?
Oh, Kurt Bronson's got some action going on, so maybe we should cut it. They've got their video in a traffic stop right now, live.
All right, everybody head over to Kurt Bronson's channel. We'll go ahead and close it down. I'm tired. Thank you for joining us. As soon as BZ has updates on Carolina, we'll come and I'll talk to you about what I think the legal aspects of the case are, and he can tell me about all the particulars. Semper Fidelis, everybody. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save. Make sure to go to the BZ Watchdog channel and subscribe to BZ, of course, and share all this stuff. Make sure to save. Saving is one of the most important things. Clicking the save button, not just the like and subscribe, but the save button. Do that for us. And of course, guys, take care of yourselves. We got the 4th of July coming up.
They want you to end it with V papers.
Mein Gott. Okay.
That's going to be the last thing you play before we
That's
sign
right.
off.
Okay. I got to do it right, guys. Let me make sure I have this thing queued up right. It's kind of hard to do everything. I feel like I'm the Three Stooges over here doing it all.
Where are your papers, Mav? Where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers? Do the content creation cowboy do.
All right. So hold on. Let's get it over here. All right, guys, head over to Kurt Bronson's channel.
No, not Kurt. Chuck Bronson.
I'm sorry, Chuck Bronson. My bad. Go over to Chuck Bronson. I guess he's going live. He's got some good stuff going on. Semper Fi, do or die. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because you never know when the thought police are going to take down